Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing, looking at nice conditions around the area this morning with mostly sunny skies and some mild temperatures, and we will see a pleasant day ahead with quiet weather before we see some rain chances moving into the forecast as we move through the next couple of days. We take a look at the current surface analysis. We have a boundary that's draped across the region. We're going to continue to see that linger around the region as we move through the next day or two, continuing to impact the local weather before a more robust system pushes through mid-weekend and pushes that boundary out of the area and brings a more widespread chance of some rain showers into the local area. Looking at current conditions, seeing clear skies, winds out of northwest at 7 knots, temperature 61 degrees, relative humidity is at 75%. So we look at the current visible satellite, we can see those clear skies across the area, but a few clouds further off to the west. We'll see some clouds building in later in the day, but overall, mostly sunny to partly cloudy conditions expected. Take a look at the models for what we can expect for the coming days. As mentioned, we'll see dry weather prevail as we move through the day today, possibly a few isolated showers popping off to our west with that boundary. Otherwise, just dry conditions prevailing through the overnight time frame into tomorrow. We'll see some light variable winds overnight and then an onshore breeze developing tomorrow as that boundary tries to work its way off to our west and southwest, bringing that onshore flow. And that's going to bring in some slightly cooler conditions than what we'll see today, but still looking at fairly seasonable temperatures in the 60s. But we'll bring the focal point for a chance of a few showers popping up, mainly later in the day, possibly an isolated shower popping up mid-afternoon, but the better chance will be later in the day. It does look like mainly just a rain shower chance with a very slight chance of an isolated thunderstorm with this activity, but as you'll see here, much of the precip is off to our west and it starts to slide into the local area as we move through the overnight time frame, and we'll continue to see a chance of isolated showers moving through the local area depending on where that boundary sets up as we move through that overnight and into the early morning hours of Saturday. As we start off Saturday, we will see mainly dry conditions prevailing through at least the first half of the day. And as mentioned, that more robust area system starts to push through the area, push that boundary off to our east, but follows up with another boundary and some weak low pressure supporting more scattered or widespread rain shower activity moving through potentially by later in the day Saturday, but more so as we move into Saturday evening. So looking at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we're looking at green conditions for the next 24 hours. We'll see our high temperature up around 76 degrees and then dropping a bit slightly as a weak easterly flow pushes in later afternoon. And then we'll see that wind become light and variable as we go through the overnight time frame. We'll see our low temperature bottoming out around 55 degrees for Friday morning. And as mentioned, just a few clouds moving through later in the day today. Could see at times the ceiling developing around 5,000 feet as we go into the late afternoon and more so into the evening time frame. And then some additional clouds starting to move in as we get into the start of the day on Friday, slightly above normal tides for today. And for Friday, we'll see increasing clouds becoming mostly cloudy, that slight chance of a shower and very slight chance of a thunderstorm for that mainly later afternoon, evening time frame. Otherwise, an onshore breeze with seasonal temperatures, a high around 67 degrees, and we'll see that yellow risk for precip there with that rain shower chance. That continues into Friday evening and continue mostly cloudy conditions with onshore breeze with a low around 53 degrees. With that onshore breeze, could see some low clouds, so yellow risk for that potential overnight Friday into early Saturday. We'll keep that yellow risk through the day on Saturday as we'll stay mainly dry but mostly cloudy with onshore breeze as we move through the first half of the day, and then again that more widespread rain activity starts to push through as we get late afternoon to evening time frame. And again with this, we'll see a very slight chance of a thunderstorm, but high expected around 65 degrees and a higher risk of seeing that shower activity with an orange risk for that precip chance there. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. Take a look at the extended forecasts. Enjoy your morning.